There's a line in one of the songs that I wrote, which pretty simple premise, but the line is, praise the lovers and the heroes. Here's the church, now falls the steeple. And it's kind of like, in life, you meet a handful of people, just a handful, that are so brilliant, shine so brightly that they transform you. And, this record is about those people, and it's about what happens when those people leave your life.
I'll hold on all my life to the scenes of love and truth. The bar stool, the throne for fools, holding court without you. Sincerely, there's nothing left to do. Sincerely, I would give it all to you. When I see it on your face, this world's a better place. When I read between the lines, when I take it all in stride, when there's nothing left to hide, and I know that you are mine sincerely.
I think, I did 16 songs in 3 weeks, wrote them, and tracked a lot of them. And the velocity at which they were coming out, for me, was something I'd read about, in Spin magazine. You read about people getting a streak, and this was kind of, for me, it was just a constant obsession to get through a dramatic kind of life change.
Well, to me, I think it's kind of like getting back to the things that you love. Like, you might spend your 30s maybe sort of trying to get ahead in your job or do all the things that you're supposed to do. And then you come to a point where you're like, life is kind of passing you by, so you have to make time for things that are really important and not just do what's expected. I think that's the meaning in a lot of the songs, and the name of the album. I think it's kind of a turning point to get back to what's important.
All right. Yeah, I forgot it too, so all good.
So after the third,
I wanted it to feel more like a project, but I kind of had this idea that if I took Tom and Jenny, who kind of have this noise pop background, much more aggressive, sonically kind of more obtuse vibe, and then I took Greg, who's a brilliant bass player and hasn't played drums in a long time. If I kind of put him on drums, everyone's kind of out of their comfort zone.
I almost learned how to play. I played drums before playing with Mike, but I've mimicked his style. Honestly, I've mimicked playing him, and he's always been one of my favorite drummers. So now I'm having to learn his parts, and he's telling me, he's giving me the roadmap, telling me to put myself into him. He even told me that he was thinking of me because he knew I was the drummer as he was playing these, but still it's very much Mike. So strictly from the drum, my role in this, in drumming, I'm trying to replicate the guy I've sort of tried to replicate.
my hope on the band is that it's kind of like, it's a big emotional mess.
It needs to be like a mess in exactly the right way. So, but I think we're getting there. You know, it's not just we're sloppy and disjointed or anything, but it's like we all have that same kind of aesthetic where sometimes the mistakes, the wrong notes bring the most amount of charm to things.
Let's start all over. Can we start all over? You looked at me and you said, don't you be so desperate. You look desperate. You look desperate. My heart's being squeezed. I wear its blood all on my sleeve. I am desperate. I am desperate. If you knew everything I wanted was walking out for no good reason, I was shaking. My heart is breaking. If you could feel how I was aching, you take back what you're saying. Be kind and just rewind. Let's start all over. Can we start all over? You looked at me and you said, don't you be so desperate. You look desperate. You look desperate.
You know, I don't know if it has a life beyond this one show that I'm trying to do, or this one record that I'm trying to get out. Maybe it doesn't, maybe it does. But if it does have a life, it feels like all kinds of great, interesting people can come into it and participate in it.
'Cause I know American beauty works, and it's something we have to